Okay, so just imagine this for a second. It's a chilly evening in Japan. You're walking down the street and you see it. A huge pot with steam just billowing off a savory looking broth. And inside, all these different delicious things are simmering away. That, my friends, is Oden. And we're about to dive into the amazing story behind Japan's ultimate comfort food.
Now, if you've been to Japan, I'm sure you've seen this bubbling away at the counter in a convenience store. And it looks pretty simple, right? But believe me, that humble pot is holding a surprisingly long and super fascinating history. So what is the real deal with this beloved dish? All right, let's get into its origins. And this is where things get weirdly interesting. It's kind of hard to believe, but Oden didn't start out as a stew at all. Nope, its story actually begins with a ritual harvest dance. How does a dance become a stew? Well, let's find out. But first, let's just be clear on the Oden we know today. It's a type of nabe, or a one-pot dish. You've got all sorts of amazing ingredients, like daikon radish, perfectly boiled eggs, tons of different fish cakes, all just slowly simmering and soaking up flavor in a seasoned broth called dashi. It's simple, it's delicious, and it is so satisfying. And get this, the name itself has a pretty cool story. The word Oden was basically slang. Yep, it was first used by the ladies of the imperial court. They took the original, more formal name for a dish, dengaku, stuck the polite prefix o on the front, and then just shortened it. And boom, Oden. So let's trace this crazy evolution. Way back, it all started with a harvest dance called dengaku. Then, during the Edo period, a popular snack popped up. Skewered tofu grilled with miso paste. And because the skewers kind of looked like the dancers, people started calling the snack dengaku too. Makes sense, right? And eventually, that grilled snack morphed into the simmered stew we all know and love today as Oden. I mean, just think about that shift for a second. It's huge. It went from being a simple, single-serving grilled snack into this big, complex, shareable meal. That's not just a minor tweak, it's a complete game changer in how the food was prepared and eaten. Okay, but here's the next secret, and this is a big one for anyone traveling in Japan. There's no such thing as one kind of Oden. Seriously. Traveling through Japan means discovering completely different versions of this dish. It's a true culinary adventure. For instance, the simmered Oden that we think of today first got really popular in the Kanto region, where Tokyo is. So if you go to the Kansai region around Osaka, you'll actually hear people call it Kanto daki, which literally means Kanto-style stew. They're basically saying, oh, you mean that stew they make over in Tokyo? Because their own local tradition was still the grilled stuff. And if you want a perfect example of how different things can get, just look at Tokyo-style Oden versus Shizuoka style. It's like night and day. Tokyo's broth is light, it's clear, it's delicate, but Shizuoka's? Whoa. It's this dark, intense, almost black broth made from beef tendon and soy sauce. Even the main ingredients and the way they serve it are totally different. Honestly, they're practically two separate dishes that just happen to share the same name. Now, I've tried a lot of Oden on my travels, but I have to give a special shout out to my personal favorite, Shizuoka Oden. If you're looking for an Oden experience that is just completely unique and unbelievably flavorful, you absolutely have to put this one on your list. So, what's the deal with Shizuoka Oden? Well, for starters, there's that dark, savory, beefy broth that just gets more and more delicious as the day goes on. Next, everything comes on a skewer, which makes it the perfect street food. It's also got this signature local fish cake, the kuro hanpen, which is made from whole sardines. But my absolute favorite detail is its history. After the war, it was famously sold in dagashiya, old-fashioned little candy stores, as an after-school snack for kids. How cool is that? A hot, savory stew sold right next to the candy. And if you ever find yourself in Shizuoka, here's how you order like a pro. It's really easy. First, you just point to the skewers you want simmering in the pot. The vendor will grab them and put them on a plate for you. Then comes the fun part. You get to add your own toppings. You sprinkle on some dashiku, that's a savory dried fish powder, and then some aonori, which is green seaweed powder. And if you like a little kick, add a dab of hot mustard. And that's it, you're all set. So you see, Oden is so much more than what you see in the convenience store. It's a dish with this wild history that started with an ancient ritual, and it has countless local versions that tell you so much about Japan's amazing food culture. Knowing all these little secrets is your key to a deeper and way more delicious travel experience. So the only question left is, which Oden will you try first?